Hi, everybody. Happy Thursday. And since today is Thursday, we know what that means. Today is Twisted Thursday Mandela Madness. I do have some new subscribers because I got a little thing in my Gmail. So if you do not know what Twisted Thursday Mandela Madness is, I'll give you a quick little rundown to catch you up. It is a words missing. It is a collaboration between myself and the lovely Amanda over at Obsessive Crochet Lady. Back last late summer, early fall, well before I had a channel, her and I were talking about doing a project together, which at first, we were talking about amigurumi because we both love them and we're always making them. But we couldn't figure out a pattern that we both wanted to do at the same time. So we kind of nixed that idea and started talking blankets because we're both always making blankets. And she brought up the Mandela Madness, which was a CAL put out by Helen Shrimpton at crystalsandcrochet.com back in 2016. It was released in 18 parts over several weeks' time, with an additional part at the end. And I did not jump on that bandwagon back then because I was still working and had other lifey stuff going on. And so I told her I would really look into it, check it out. I did. And I thought, great, we can do this one together. No problem. She wanted to do this one because she had, at that point recently, ordered some Christmas cakes from, I believe it was the Knitting Network. And she really wanted to use them in a Mandela Madness blanket for a Christmas version. So I told her, great, I would look and see if I could find some cakes in my Christmas color that I usually decorate with, and I go the more whimsy aspect. Could not find any with all of my colors, or I found some that had the majority of my colors, but then there was some other colors that kind of threw it off. So I was like, nope. So I told her I would still do it, but I wasn't going to do a Christmas version. I was just going to use my favorite colorway in the Mandala from Lion Brand. So we were talking about it. It is also her favorite color. Then she was like, but if you're making one with that, then I want to. And I really wanted to do a Christmas one. So I told her, hey, I'll just order the colors separate and I'll do the color changes as written in the pattern for the Christmas version. No biggie. We talked a little bit more and she really wanted to do the one in the Mandela. And so did I because I love that colorway. It is beautiful. So we both decided that we are just crazy enough um, to do two blankets in tandem at the same time. And so hence came Twisted Thursday Mandela Madness because we are a little twisted. Yes, we are. So the cow, which was in 2016 by Helen Shrimpton from crystalsandcrochet.com. This is what it looks like if you go through all 18 parts. And like I said, there is an additional part you can do after this is finished, and that is to square it off. I don't think Amanda's doing the square off on either of hers. I'm still unsure about mine. Probably not. One of them I'm going to show you, maybe on the other one. But the pattern is a free pattern on crystalsandcrochet.com. All you have to do is go over there, set up an account. All you do is put in your email address and create a password. They don't inundate you with a bunch of email and everything. I don't get any. Neither does Amanda. I am assuming that if she were to come out with another CAL in the future, we would probably get an email notification saying, hey, this is going to be coming up just in case. But once you do that, you can go in, you can look up any of these CALs. I think there's some paid ones on there, but the majority of them are free. And you can go in there and download each part if that's how you so choose. I print them out because I like to be more mobile and not have to worry about carrying electronics everywhere. Or you can download them to your device and go from there. I know there are people that do that. There are also video tutorials on YouTube, and those have been put out by All in a Nutshell. So there's multiple ways you can do this if you wanted to. So I've been printing them out, like I said, and we started this back in the fall, and we wanted it to be a no stress, laid back kind of make along so that we know everybody has busy lives, and if they wanted to join in, they could as well. And we decided that we were going to do no more than five, my, huh, no more than 5 rounds per week. Knowing that the further we get into these blankets and the larger the blanket gets, getting 5 rounds is pretty near going to be impossible unless you're like eat, sleep, living, and breathing this thing, right? But we all have other stuff we've got going on. So the one that we are doing exactly the same is made out of the Lion brand Mandala in the colorway of Nifflers, which is our favorite. Very rainbow, very rainbow. And there's the Nifflers information. And it is a light 3-weight, 5.3 ounces or 150 grams, 590 yards or 540 meters, and 100% acrylic. And I cannot read the hook and needle suggestion. My vision is going crazy. I just put more drops in my eyes. I think my allergies are aggravating it even more. So I'm seeing like 3 of everything right now. So if you were on the other side and I could see you, there would be 3 of you. You would be triplets. So we're not even going to try and, yeah. So this is the first one we are doing. The second one I am doing because I did not find cakes. I am using Herrschners worsted weight yarns, and I'm using 5 colors that I am um, keeping in a certain sequence all throughout. Um, 2 of these colors are in the baby line because of the shade, and then the other 3 are in the regular. They're all a worsted 4-weight, and the specs on them is 100% acrylic, 8 ounces or 226 grams, 489 yards or 448 meters. And I can't read the hook and needle. Normally I can on this one, and we all know it's a 4-weight from Herrschners. So the colors I've been using, and these balls are falling apart. They're almost, except for this one and one other one. I started with Cloud White, which is the baby worsted, and then I went to Pixie Pink, which is also baby worsted, and then I transitioned it into the Seaspray Blue, which is the regular worsted, and then I went to Lime, and no, after the pink, I went to Victorian Red, and then I went to Seaspray Blue, and then I went to the Lime, and then started the repeat all over again. I've been keeping the same sequence. I'm not going to pull all these yarns up because I've only been able to had time to put one of them in a ball. The rest of the skeins are collapsing on the inside. So one of the things that I ran into was the heat. Being down in the South has been a roller coaster down here. But on the days it's hot, it's also humid, and my 4-weight blanket is a beast already. I'm not having a problem with the 3-weight one. So what I decided to do after discussing it with some other podcasters and the viewers is I've kind of held back on the lightweight 3 out of the Lion brand Mandala. And I've been focusing more on the 4-weight because it's a behemoth. Yeah. And I'm trying to get it done before our temperatures get any higher, because I'm having problems when it is hot, even with the air conditioner running and a fan blowing on me, even working on it in the evening, and it's so heavy. Um, Brian tried to actually talk me into ending it already because I was on a part where it was completely round. There was no ornamental anything on the outside. And he's like, it looks done. It looks finished. Just put a trim on it. But my OCD wouldn't let me because I would know I didn't finish it. So I am determined I'm going to finish it, and I see light at the end of the tunnel. But I'm slacking on this one, and we're still attached. I was not able to get time to put any work in on the one in the Lion Brand Mandala. So we are still stuck at round 84, which is fine because her time is coming. Her time is coming, and I'm not worried about working on her once the heat gets really bad because it is so lightweight and it's no big deal. It doesn't weigh on me. It's not making me overheat with my MS, and yeah, this one's not a problem. In hindsight, had I even thought about this, I would not have used a 4-weight yarn for the other one. Well, it is what it is. Yeah, we're going to finish her. She's going to be decorative because I know I won't be using her to cover up with. She's way too heavy. I'm not one of those people who could use a weighted blanket for sure. But I can't wait to start working on her and getting some more done, which is coming soon for sure because I absolutely love her. And I know she's going to be gorgeous. But this is the Lion Brand Mandala. I started with the aqua in the cake. My center was aqua, and I just worked my way out. And I've just been letting the colors flow. And wherever the cake ends, like this one ends on yellow because I'm pulling from the center. This one ends on yellow, so the next cake I would pull when I'm using this one, if I get there, because I have several up here pulled. I would start with yellow on the next cake. I would make sure that the center was yellow as well. I'm just going with the flow with the colors that are coming out the cake. No color controlling, no nothing. The only time I'm cutting off is in the pattern when we finish a round and she says to cut off and weave in your ends because you will be starting the next round in another place further in on the blanket. So you can't just chain up and keep going. Yeah. So here's her. Hopefully, I'm hoping this week I can get maybe a round or two on her. I miss working on her. I miss the rainbow. I do. I miss the rainbow in my life. So the other one, the behemoth, the beast. Um, yeah. Uh, oh, let me find my in. I know we are somewhere. I ran into a problem with this last round. I was working with the white, and for some reason, there was a bunch of breaks in the yarn that the only thing holding them together was like a itty bitty little thread like string. And so I had to cut those and tie them and create more ends. So I have a bunch of them on this round. Out of all these cakes I've been using, that is the first time that has happened. Um, so apparently I got a bad cake, a bad ball. Where is my stitch markers? Oh, because, see, there's more. Yeah, they're all over on this round. Oh, did I hear them? Did I hear them? See, more. Yep. I would go a little bit and then it would happen again. Go a little bit, it would happen again. And okay, so let's try and keep her from falling off. Last week, where I had ended was I had finished this pink round right here that all right in there. So that was it 101? I think that was round 101 was this pink round. And so I was starting round 102, which I was starting with the red. And it's kind of hard to see because you're doing some, yeah, a lot of stuff. This is a very busy part, very time consuming. I was hoping to be able to get more done than what I did, but the majority of the rounds that I did were extremely time consuming, let alone the fact that she's so huge. So I started after I last saw you with the red, and then we went to the Seaspray blue for that next round, and then we went up to the lime green, and now we are on the white. And I finished off the white um, for this round because we did not stay attached. We will have a starting point elsewhere on here. So I got rounds 102, 103, 104. No. Yes. 102, 103, 104, and 105. I'm getting ready to start 106. I'm almost positive. Yeah, I'm getting ready to start round 106. I'm in part 17, which started with 103. I'm on now 106. It ends on 107. And then I move on to part 18, which is the last part. There is 110 rounds to finish the blanket and leave it round. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 5 rounds to go. Yep. Because I'm on 106, so I have 5 rounds to go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 110. Or is it 111? I think it's 110. Oh, mercy. I don't remember. Oh, I can tell you. It is 111. So I have 6 rounds to go. Yep, yep, yep. I've already got part 18 printed out and ready to go. And I'm going to try and fold her in half. Because she is so big and so hard to hold up. And I forgot to weigh her again. No fear, guys, because she is getting weighed as soon as she is done. Because she is heavy. Brian actually offered to hold on to it and get on the scale with it. Because it is so large. But yes. Ooh. See, I have a hard time even holding it up. And here we are. It is super huge. And super heavy and it is falling. But we are now in the portion where we're building up in front of all these shells, ridges, and evening it out so that we can get it to the point where it's round. So like I said, I have 6 rounds to go and this one is done. And these rounds have been, now that I'm this far in, it is extremely time consuming. It can take all day. One of the rounds I started in the evening and I didn't finish it until the next evening. Granted, I'm not sitting down working on it. I'm having to do smaller increments because it is so heavy and so hot. So, yeah. Yeah. But she's almost there. It's so pretty. We got those little popcorns again up here. Just like the waves down here. It is going to be absolutely gorgeous. Heavy but gorgeous. Yeah. Oof. A lot of blanket. A lot of blanket. Oh. Let's get her back in there. So yeah, guys, that is the update. 6 more rounds and she will be done. I kind of had a goal set in my head, maybe by the end of April. And we are at as of the filming of this, it's the 23rd. You'll see this on the 24th. I don't think that's going to happen because each round is taking so long now. I might have it done the first update in May. I'll have to look at the calendar and see what day that is. Put that there. We are, because April ends on, no, it won't be the first week of May. It will probably be the second week of May. Because next Thursday is the first day of May. Already, guys. Where is the time going? Oh, by the way, for my 3 weight in the Mandala, I am using a 4.5 millimeter dots. And for the Behemoth, I am using a 5.5 millimeter dots, the purple and pink one. Yep. So, there we go. Hopefully, I'll be able to work on the Nifflers from Lion Brand, the Mandala one, this week a little bit and kind of cut myself some slack on that one because I am so close to being finished. I would like to put some effort into my Nifflers one. Give her some love because it's been a couple weeks. Yeah, she needs some love. And we're gonna pace ourselves on the last 6 rounds of the beast. We're gonna have to because she's just too huge. So yeah, that's today's update. And if you haven't seen Amanda's update for this week yet, head on over to Amanda's house. She will be linked in the description box. If you do not know our Amanda, go check her out. I'm sure you will love her. She, I don't know how far she is on her blankets. She has work and lifey stuff as well. Both of hers are 3 weight though, sir. So they're not quite as big for sure. What was I thinking with a 4 weight? Wow. But go over there and check out her update this week. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Behind the scenes, we don't tell each other how far we've gotten. No hints, no sneaky peek pictures, no nothing. I am just as surprised when I watch her video as you guys are. Same as she is just as surprised watching my videos as you guys are on our progress. So, yeah, go over and check out Amanda, and I will be anxiously awaiting to see how far she's gotten. Because I know she's been like super duper busy. So, we're getting there, guys. We see light at the end of the tunnel. But we didn't give ourselves a completion date. We're just chilling and we're rolling with it. And as of last time I checked my email and messages, I had not gotten an updated photo from any of our lovely Yarny friends and sisters that are joining along. I know they all have some lifey stuff going on too, so they send us an updated picture when they think they've gotten enough progress in to make a difference, and we are perfectly fine with that. We love seeing them. So when we do get them, we will showcase them and put them in our, well, it used to be community tab. It is now just called posts. So you guys can see and give them some love as well. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I have got to go get myself a shower and get ready for bed. I have a long day tomorrow. I have an appointment in Nashville. Um, I have to go see my MS specialist, and that is always a journey within itself. I'm not excited. I'll just be glad to get it done and over with and get back home. I don't do well in Nashville. The traffic, too many people, crazy drivers. It's my anxiety just goes through the roof. I am going to take a crochet project and try and keep my brain occupied. Um, I'll have to see if I have a blanket that's small enough right now to be portable, and if not, I guess I'll be starting another one, which is fine because when I start them, they just lay in waiting to be worked on and they become hospice donations. Or I can start a baby blanket for Christina over at Bella Uncinetto for her blanket drive for the military spouses because they're creating baby hampers. So either way, it's a win-win. Somebody's going to get a blanket because I had doctor's appointments. So yeah, with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your week, and come back tomorrow. I have a video that is already recorded and uploaded and scheduled out for your Friday viewing pleasure. I was kind of a little apprehensive to upload it because I was a little emotional. I did get a little emotional. Um, not gonna lie, a lot emotional. Um, and I was like, I don't know if I want people to see that, but you're just gonna see the real me. So it is what it is. No editing in that video whatsoever. So with that, I'm gonna say bye for now. And just remember, life is not perfect, so be kind. Try and create something new every day and keep reaching for the stars and your yarn. So till next time, guys, love you bunches. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.